Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Glossy Philosophy. My name is Jansen Binman and today you are tuned in for something a little bit different. You are tuned in for a full face of makeup, but I recently went down to my local library and I found this April 2022 Vogue magazine and I just loved the makeup that was done here. So we are recreating it today as best as we can, and we are going to just have some fun and talk about beauty, and let's get started. As always, we are going to start by priming and prepping our face. So it looks like Bella doesn't have a ton, she doesn't have like a heavy makeup look. So she has a really, it's not heavy, but kind of like a daytime smoky eye. And she's got really clean skin and then barely any lip on. So in order to kind of recreate that, I'm going to make sure that the skin is looking really clean. And I'm going to go in with my finger with my corrector so that I get a little bit more impact, and also it will help with any drainage that needs to happen this morning. Just getting that corrector right where it needs to go. And already the skin is looking so much clearer than discolored. Now we're going to do our tight lining. It doesn't look like Bella has any eyeliner on, but she's definitely defined her eye shape. Okay, now we can start getting into the fun part of the actual eye look. So I'm going to start building the crease first, and then I'm going to work on the actual lid. So I pared down my MAC shadows so that I can't get distracted. And we're really going to be working on, these are my eyebrow colors. We're really going to be focusing on these 4 colors, and then we'll use this blush as well. So with my 201 at BK Beauty, I'm just going to go in and mix a couple colors. I'm going to be mixing Royal Rendezvous with Kid. Whoops! Here, let me show you the color instead of the back of the pan. Not as exciting. The back of the pan. And I'm just going to do what I usually do. We're just kind of building up and defining the eye. This brush is super fluffy, so it's not going to do a ton of definition. These are both matte shadows. Looks like she doesn't really have a lot of sheen on her face except a highlighter on her bone area. You know, this is just like a really wearable cover makeup, and sometimes they are and sometimes they aren't. But I thought that this would be a really fun way to challenge myself and to challenge us as a viewing family. Okay, so we've got that going for us. Now I'm going to go in with a 217, and I'm going to choose Royal Rendezvous and just define the crease a little bit more before I go in with a darker brown, which is going to be Brun. Names of makeup. So funny. I think everybody would love to be in that room. And her crease color actually comes up quite high, it looks like. It's hard to tell because of the shadows, but we're going to make sure that we lay down a good amount of shadow. And I'm just really lightly touching the skin. I'm really letting the brush do all the work. Now it's important when you're working with shadow colors like this, or shades like this, that are a cooler brown, that you make sure if you have any purple in your skin, especially underneath the eye, that gets wiped out. So keep that in mind, that if you're playing with these colors and you have a lot of purple in your skin or purple around that area, you want to make sure you've got a really good corrector and a really good concealer. Okay, we're going to put the 217 away. Well, we're just going to put it down for a moment. And I'm going to use the 207 BK Beauty brush with Brun. And she definitely has quite a darker crease area. So this brush is really just for placing and smudging. So we're placing the shadow, and then we're going back with our 217 with nothing inside or nothing on it. And we're just kind of softening it. Softening that placement. You can also do that with a pencil brush. Same thing on the other side. Just placing it. If you do this technique where you use two brushes, you're going to get more payoff, or it's going to be faster than if you would just do it with a 217, because where you place your pigment sticks a lot better, and it's not going to be so blown out like it would be if you just did a 217. Okay, now I am going to go in with the 217 with Bren, and I'm just going to even that out a little bit. And bring it in a smidge more. This is almost like a cut crease. And I'm just using my mirror, which is a little bit farther away, to make sure that everything is nice and even. Okay, I'm going to put that brush away. I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk brush because it's clean, and I'm just going to soften those shadows. So you can see just by doing this, like, holy moly, what a nice big eye you've created. This is a technique that they use a lot on stage, maybe with slightly different placement, but your eyes do look bigger and more cat-like, which is fun. Okay, now we're going to go in with our Armani number 9 liquid eyeshadow. Because it does look like she has a shimmer on her lid. And I'm going to use my finger, just soften those edges. I truly think this is the best liquid eyeshadow I have ever used. I'm just so impressed. I've already got like 3 more shades in my cart. Just kind of waiting. Okay. I'm going to go back in with Kid on 217 and just soften that transition a little bit. You could also do this with Brun if you wanted a smokier look. Okay, she's definitely not, I'm just kind of glancing, she's definitely not wearing any sort of intense liner. So we're going to stop right there. But I am going to use a little bit of vanilla under my brow. This cover reminds me of like a painting with light and shadow. Alright, probably why I was drawn to it. We're going to go in with concealer and we're going to finish up the skin. And Bella has a different face than I do, and she also has different coloration than I do, so it's not going to be exact, but it's just, it's like taking the idea of the cover and adapting it for yourself, which is exactly how trends happen. Okay, I'm going to take my fluffy brush and just blend that in. Alright. Because her skin is looking so natural, I'm going to put my highlighter underneath my foundation and I'll let that sit as I'm putting on my mascara. Sometimes doing your makeup is kind of like baking a cake. You have to figure out what needs to sit on the skin for a while and what doesn't. So if your highlighter needs to sit on the skin a little bit before you blend it out or before you put foundation on there, then that's kind of like preheating the oven. Do you guys bake? Is that helpful? Okay, going in with Diorshow Maximizer. Because I didn't do any liner, I really want to make sure that my lashes get a healthy dose of mascara, although it really doesn't look like she's wearing, like I can't really see her lashes, so. But I can see her lash line, so that tells me that she's got something going on. Okay, and then we'll do Smokey Eye. And make sure that gets right into the roots. And maybe that's what the makeup artist did. Maybe she just really went after the roots and didn't do her eyelashes. But a lot of the time when you take a photo, your mascara disappears, which is why if you do family photos and photos for your wedding, the makeup artist will often say, you should do lashes. Because cameras, I swear, eat lashes. They just don't recognize them. Maybe because they're so small. They just don't create enough shadow to be recognized. This is a theory. I have no idea if that's correct, but that's my theory. Okay, we've let the highlighter sit for a little bit, but I'm going to let it sit for a bit more, and I'm going to do my brows, and then we'll go in with the rest of our complexion. Bella has much darker hair than I do at this particular moment. If only I'd seen this cover in April, I could have really gone for it when my hair was much darker. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit darker on the ends with a little bit of concrete. Concrete has a little bit more gray than brun, which makes sense based on the name. Okay, all right, that's looking really good. So now we're going to finish the complexion. We're going to go in with our Luminous Silk Foundation in 4.5 or whatever color you are wearing currently. And I'm just going to do my dots. We will be using a little bit of bronzer for contour. And a little bit of blush because she's definitely wearing some kind of blush. It could even be her lip gloss, which is a very popular thing to do for editorial makeup, using products in different ways. The thing you have to remember about editorial makeup is that it's just for the picture. So it's not like for your wedding day, it's not like for every day where you need your makeup to last. So sometimes they do put gloss on lids or on cheeks, and you know, and that's okay because it doesn't need to last. But if you do that on a normal day, your makeup's not going to last unless you're powdering. And she does look pretty shiny, but I'm going to control that a little bit more with powder. And you know what? I'm definitely noticing that her eyeshadow has been dragged out a little bit more. So I'm going to grab a little bit of Kid and Brun, and I'm going to drag it out. It's not quite so, well, she has different eyes too, but like she has a different eye shape. But I'm just going to drag mine out just a little bit more. My eyes are pretty round, and hers are definitely almond. So we're just going to stretch that eyeshadow a little bit, and I'm going to relax my face so that I can do that. Okay. Just kind of blend that up a little bit. All right. And then put that on my lower lash line. Yeah, they're definitely playing into her bone structure with this makeup. Alright, and I'm actually going to go in with my 108 BK Beauty on my bronzer so I can get just a little bit more of a definition with my bone structure. Looks like they even brought it in underneath her cheekbone a little bit. Like they brought it forward a little bit more. Again, sometimes it's hard to tell with the lighting, and she's definitely been edited. And they've added like a layer of grit on top. I think I didn't read her story, but I think because I read a little bit and it just seemed like she was being very open about some emotional things that were happening to her. Okay. That side definitely has more, so we need to balance that out. And pull that forward a little bit. Okay, that's looking really good. Now I'm going to take my actual bronzer brush and with nothing on it and just really blend that out. Because we do not want lines walking around. And after this tutorial, I have music class with my kiddos, so I don't want to look crazy. Alright. Woo! I might need a little extra concealer today. Sometimes that happens. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, you just powdered, what are you doing? I swear, this concealer is magical and it doesn't cake up. I don't know how they did it. I don't know what's in here. But it's the best. I'm just going to knock off whatever's left of my 108 BK Beauty brush. And I'm just really going to get in there. Try to take down that shine. If you have puffy eyes, besides putting on concealer and corrector, the best thing to do is to mattify them to make them flatter, appear flatter. Okay, I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush. And then we'll end with a gloss. And then we're ready. We're ready for our cover. Okay, I'm going to use Muse from Lisa Eldridge because it looks like Bella is just wearing a lip color that looks like hers. And you can see this is my lip color. Okay, I don't think we need anything else. We are ready. I hope you enjoyed this Vogue cover imitation look from April 2022. I was really inspired by her makeup and the actual photo shoot, which I think is really beautiful and definitely harkens back to old paintings and, again, just really being interested in light and shadow but it's a really wearable look and something that you can wear daytime and then nighttime if you want to amp it up with a little bit of a liner. So just a reminder, I do fashion videos every Wednesday. I do beauty videos every Friday. And thank you again for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. Bye!